What's going on, guys? We're doing full body, and I got this new shirt, little Dragon Ball Z at GameStop on clearance. Only like $15. Kind of crazy. It's kind of scratchy. Like, it looks cool. It's got that like weird I don't know what you call this effect, but it's nice. But it's not the best material. Anyway, what I want to talk about today is if I had to restart, completely start over, what would I do? And short answer, I'd probably do what I do now. I mean, we should all be doing what we think actually works now, right? Why do we care about some theoretical situation about if I were to restart? But what I want you guys to take from this is what I've learned over the course of trying to get where I am now, which is still trying to get where I want to be years down the line. I could feel my freaking calf pulling. Like I was pressing so hard with my toe into the ground. I could feel it. Jeez, that was almost like a scary kind of stretch. Jeez. I can get another. But if I could restart, I would train like that hard. Because first of all, it's fun. Second of all, it gets progress. And third of all, it gets progress in least amount of time. I only have to do one or two sets reasonably, and I've been making pretty steady progress for years. Is it crazy fast? No. No, especially if I'm gonna try and compare myself to freaking enhanced athletes and enhanced fitness influencers. Yeah, I've been at it like a good quite a bit more than 3 years. I've been personal training for 3 years, but lifting good 5 or so years, and I don't look crazy. I think I look muscular. I like to think I look like I work out, but the big thing is that my progress has been steady, and I'm proud of it. And I would train hard because it gets me excited. I'm excited to train just that little bit harder and add that extra rep. And I don't want to sound like a broken record already. I mean, I only got the one other video in this format talking about it. But man, just getting excited to add that extra rep is 90% of how I made the progress that I have made. And just doing exercise that you want to add that rep. If you were to ask me, how much progress have you made on glute kickbacks? I'd be like, I don't know. But I can tell you almost exactly how much I benched 5 years ago compared to now. You know what I'm saying? So you got to find those exercises that get you excited. Like overhead press, barbell overhead press. Is it optimal? Probably not. Who cares? Because most people aren't doing shit. And then the people who think that they're being optimal aren't, because they're not even excited to get to the gym and lift hard. They're just like, oh, I gotta, I'm working my Jeff Nippert. I have nothing against Jeff Nippert. I'm just science-based. I gotta do my Keenan flaps, and I gotta do this. And they just look like they're not even having a good time. They don't even want to be there. Dude, if you're not jacked right now, you might as well just love the process. You know what I'm saying? So you can be excited and passionate about something. You have to want it. You have to want it. And if I were to give you a little bit of actionable steps, is stop getting stuck in this paralysis of analysis. Oh, what split should I do? I want to make sure I have the perfect split. The perfect split is the split that you consistently do. Because real talk, If you're not showing up to the gym consistently, doing whatever plan you have right now, I don't want to talk to you about what's optimal. What's optimal is you showing up, right? Pyramid of freaking progress. Adherence is the base of it. If you're not adhering to what you're supposed to be doing right now, the rest of the shit don't matter, right? What exercise you pick don't matter. What rep scheme, whether you're doing 12 to 16 or 8 to 12 or 4 to 8, it doesn't matter because you're not doing it, right? Like people focus on these studies like, oh, well, this they took this group and they did preacher curls, then this group did incline curls, and this group did marginally better. It's like, okay, well, that's cool and all, right? I want you to imagine a study where they took two groups. One is doing weightlifting, the other one is weightlifting, but they take weeks off at a time and they skip leg day and they just basically don't stick to whatever plan they got. Do I need to tell you what group's going to do better? So make a plan, stick to it. Then, as years go by, it doesn't have to necessarily be years, but you can start experimenting with stuff and switching stuff out and seeing if that works better for you. You can read these studies and see, oh, I'm going to do this because it matches the strength curve of what, that muscle experiences the most mechanical potential, blah, 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 blah. If you're not showing up, I don't want to talk to you about how to hit your iliac lats, man. Fuck, eat shit. I've had people who don't go to the gym ask me, how do I hit my iliac lats? I'm like, bro, you can't. I had to stop myself from going into a sciencey rant about why you can't even isolate your iliac lats. It's a division, not a head. So even if you can maybe barely hit it, just do a freaking pull and a pull. Maybe a pull, right? It doesn't, the guy wasn't going to the gym more than I don't know, maybe on average, he was going to the gym maybe 4 or 5 times a month. Bro, how can we orient your split? He's asking me what split's going to be most optimal. How about this? How about what split can I give you that's actually you're not going to come up with excuses like, oh, my work schedule. Oh, I have to walk the dog. Man, come on now. Come on now. Imagine a world where people did back extensions on the 45-degree hyper instead of whining about their back pain. Imagine. It'd be beautiful. It'd be utopia, basically. Less talk, more action. Less talking, more action. So come up with a split that makes sense for you, for your work schedule, how many times you're going to show up to the gym realistically. And just do it. If it's push-pull, all right, look up, Google, push exercise for gym to get jack. Do those. Write down the weights you do and the reps you do. Put in a little notepad in your phone or a Google Sheet or a freaking notebook with a pencil so you can erase because you'll make mistakes. And you do that for not just a day, not just weeks, at least a month before you start flipping stuff around and be like, oh, I think this is more optimal. Sure, there's answers. But the answer for you right now in your life is probably, I need to figure out what I want with my life, and I need to take actionable steps towards that. I need to try and be 1% better at this thing that I want to be good at every day. So what I would have done as a youngin', I'm still pretty young, but what I would have done is just do what I do now. I go to the gym. Right now I do full body every other day. I do that. And every time I show up, I try to be just a little bit better. I try to train a little bit harder. I try to be a little bit more focused. I try to listen to awesome music to get me hyped up. It helps to have a private gym. You can do that. It's kind of a plus. If you're at a big box gym, you use headphones, right? You use headphones, make an awesome playlist with Bangers, non-stop bangers. Non-stop bangers. Royalty-free bangers. Of course, that's a given. We don't want any lawsuits or infringements on people's rights and shit. Can't listen to music on the internet anymore. I'm kind of worried I'm making that like content that I hated when I was younger, because I remember I'd always watch content that had like these clickbaity titles like, oh, what to do to get 20 pounds of muscle naturally, what I would do now if I started as a pencil neck Larry yet again. And then they just wouldn't give a straight answer. Like, it would just be them talking about like, oh, you got to be consistent. And I was always like, why don't they just give me the fucking secret sauce? Like, why don't they just tell me? And now I'm doing the same thing. Like, I'm sure you're watching this video. I mean, if you even got this far, you're thinking, this guy hasn't told me what to do to get fucking jacked next week. And the truth is that there is no answer. And if I gave you an answer, right, like a lot of content creators would be like, oh, you have to do this freaking 5-minute ab circuit to get 6-pack abs overnight. That's a freaking lie. So now, like, I'm looking back at all these content creators that I kind of hated when I was younger because they didn't want to give me a straight answer. And now I find myself saying the same shit. That you have to be consistent. And that's the hardest part. So I'm going to give you my 3 big tips that are pretty much going to sound very familiar to the last video. Write down how many times you want to go to the gym. Say it's 3. It's like, okay, I could reasonably really put time and not be rushed 3 times a week. Okay, great. Monday, Wednesday, Friday are the days, right? As an example. I'm going to do full body Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And do that. Literally do that. And then what's going to happen is that as a result of doing, you're going to have questions that'll be far more easily answered. Then you can go to people like me, go into my comment section, and put the question you have, like, oh, I've been getting this, like this pain, or, I mean, I'm not a physical therapist, so maybe not the best question, but like a great example, right? I've been doing really good where my first couple exercises, I've been making a ton of progress, but then the rest of my exercises for the day, I just can't add numbers. And I'm going to have a good answer for you. My answer is you're probably doing way too much of those first few exercises, and you're just building up all this CNS fatigue, and that's why. So now what I want you to do is experiment, switch those exercises around, put your priorities first. Like if you want to build Death Star deltoids, put your shoulder exercise first and see what happens. If now you're going crazy on the shoulder exercise, but the rest of your exercises are just stagnated, plateaued, maybe drop the intensity or the volume of those beginning exercises, right? Like I'm giving you a pretty straightforward answer. But when people say, how do I get jacked, right? What would you do if you were to start over? I kind of have to go to the basics, the foundations. I can't give a specific answer to that because in all reality, if I were to start over, I would do what I do now, which is just be consistent. If I could have been as consistent as I am now, freaking 5 years ago, I would have made progress twice as fast. Real talk. Straight up. The real secret to getting jacked, 30 pounds of muscle one day, is you gotta find a song that just boosts your testosterone, right? And then just play it all the time when you're lifting your weights. Do the same freaking song every time. You kind of have to find your passion with it and just start. And you're not going to be able to find your passion with something unless you start. And it's been a while since I've started in the gym, right? It's been a good like 5-6 years before I started resistance training and lifting weights. And then it took a couple of years to really find a good groove and be consistent, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw from me making content because I am just starting it really, and I still haven't found my consistency. But what I found the most success with is just being passionate about it and being excited. Like just being excited to make a video. Like I was honestly excited to make this video. I really was. Like I was excited. I didn't do shit yesterday. I had a day off and I didn't plan nothing. I sat and I played Dragon Age Inquisition for like 7 hours, something stupid, right? Completely honest with you. I don't know if it was 7 hours. I'm probably overestimating it. I did get some stuff done, but like, I felt like such a freaking idiot. I went on a walk with my friend, and honestly, like, we were talking about like getting YouTube started, and I just got an idea to make this video. He actually gave me basically the title idea, and I was like, that sounds like a good idea. I want to make that. I think I can really help people that were feeling the way I felt in like high school, shortly after high school, didn't go to college right away because I procrastinated on, signing up. You know what I'm saying? And then when I really started lifting, I just got so passionate about it and excited to do it. And I think I can help people find that. That's what I want this video to be, is help people just start and find that passion, because discipline is freaking awesome. But you know what's better than discipline? Just enjoying it. Straight up, I don't need to use discipline to work out because I straight up look forward to my workouts. And the sooner you figure out how to enjoy your workouts, the faster and the sooner you will see progress. I'm being so for real with this. Is wrong. This is wrong. This song is so good. Risk of Rain 2 soundtrack. It's so good. And the game's good too. This should have been farther back. I don't even know if it goes any farther back. This is a new machine. We just got this. It can go one further. Get a little stretch. That's another thing. Stop being embarrassed. Stop being worried about embarrassing yourself, like when you start something new. Because the first step is to be bad at something. If you want to be good at it, you have to accept the fact that you suck at it right now. Right? And it sounds obvious. It sounds like something you already accept. I'm telling you, most people don't accept the fact that they suck at something right now. They're afraid of sucking. They're afraid of, like, with me starting YouTube, right? I wanted to do it years ago. Okay? But I was worried that, like, kids from high school are going to see me and think I'm a fucking loser. Guess what? My fiance is hot, and we have a good relationship. It sounds fucking weird that I'm bragging about it, but, like, straight up, like, I'm a veteran of fucking 6 years, honorably discharged, right? I have shit that in my life that they could only fucking dream of, right? It's going to take them another 20 years to find it. And I guarantee you have that same thing. So you just starting the gym right now, okay, that's just one thing. That's just one thing. Don't be freaking afraid, because guess what? Years from now, you're not going to be bad at it if you start right now. Accept that you suck at it right now, but strive to be better. I don't even know if that's the correct way. I think it is. Because the numbers are so small, I can barely read them. Another thing I wish I did is, you're the sum of the people you hang around with most. So stop hanging out with people who just want you to go drinking and gambling with them, right? Or do any kind of, like, sort of degenerate, hobby, right? And I'm not saying that anyone who does it is degenerate. I would never call someone a degenerate unless they're, like, actually like a terrible person. Then I might just use it as an insult. But I generally don't insult people. I just ignore people that don't really, like, it doesn't really benefit me, right? I'm just not that kind of person. But I'm saying, like, degenerate, like, not even hobbies, actions, right? Like drinking, right? Getting just blackout drunk. That is a degenerate thing to do. It is degenerating you. It is not to your benefit. And people will be like, oh, well, you got to be social. You don't have to be fucking social getting blackout drunk. Like, if they're good friends, you shouldn't have to get drunk to have fun. Not saying you can't get drunk here and there, but you need to accept it is not good for you. It is a degenerate action. So if you have friends that's all they want to do, they're not your friends. You're just an outlet for them to not feel like they're doing it alone, and for them to feel like what they want to do is socially okay, when in reality, it's not okay, even if it is socially okay and people accept it. That doesn't mean it's objectively okay in any tangible way. That pretty much sums it up, guys. I only got a couple. Like I got push downs. I'm gonna do them. Usually do them one arm, but I'm gonna do it. I feel like doing a double arm today. Right? I'm consistent enough where I'll experiment here and there and just kind of do what I feel like occasionally. But I still am honest with myself about how often I do it and how often I switch things around and why I want to do it. In this case, I just want to do it, and I already kind of feel gassed enough to the point where I probably wouldn't make progress on my unilateral push downs. So I'm just going to kind of have fun with this. But what I want you to do, right? Because what I kind of wish I could have done, I don't really want to go back in time or anything. I don't want to risk anything of what I have now. But just start, right? Just be willing. Say right now, I want this, but I suck at it right now. Then make the absolute, just basically bare minimum goal, right? A reachable goal and some kind of plan, right? Super basic, right? If you can realistically go to the gym 3 days a week, all right, you're doing full body Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatever those 3 days are, right? Do that. Pick a bunch of full body exercises. You could literally go on Google, type fucking full body split, and do that. Okay? Do that. Write down the sets and the weights, okay? Because I don't even remember what weight I did for like the first couple of exercises. I think I did the full stack on a lat pull down. That's easy to remember, but I have it written down. I just I think it's 225. But write stuff down, because if you're anything like me, like you forget. Especially with like my clients, like they ask me like, "Oh, what did I do last time?" And I'm like, "I don't know, dude. I gotta check my clipboard. You think I remember what you bicep curled like last week? I don't even remember what I bicep curled. Just it was 130, but I still have it at 130. But you know what I'm saying? Like you get the point. Figure out what you need, what you want, and just set up a plan. I guarantee you the optimizing will come later. Stop worrying about, and I know we want to save time. We want to do it right the first time. Guess what? The base of the pyramid is adherence. And if you don't do that, bitch, if you don't do that, the rest of the pyramid is going to be real short. Even if it's perfect, the rest of the pyramid is going to be real short. Compare that to someone who's got that big base and they just got a couple little stacks on top. There's going to be so much. They're going to get 80% and you're going to get like 20. Straight up. Start now.